Hey guys, Tim here. Today we're going to do an unboxing of the Fractal Design Node 605. This is their HT PC case, so home theater PC. And I'm hoping it'll be, the same rough quality as the Node 305 was, which I feel is an excellent small form factor case. So we have Fractal User's Manual, so not a ton of information, about 2 or 3 pages, an exploded diagram of how to take the case apart. Attention, in the event of having received faulty products, please contact Fractal Design. I will do my best I can here for you guys to get this out and not make a huge mess of things. So my recording area is still pretty tight. I have to do this off camera. Still a little hard for me to do case unboxings, but I hope you guys will understand. So in the bottom of the box we have this is going to be your screws, mounting brackets for the DVD drive, some zip ties, motherboard standoffs, and a whole bunch of screws. And the case itself, let's do the foam test here. Still rigid foam, but it's extremely thick. There's an easily 2 inches there. And it has some give, but it's rather robust. And Fractal boxes are really good because they have that printed outside. And the printed outside is an extra layer of cardboard that really helps the case in transit. So here we have the case, and it's got a piece of protective coating on the front, which I'm going to leave on there for right now until the end of the video. But this is an brushed aluminum front. So you want to be careful not to touch it with your fingers as much as possible. You can't etch in the aluminum fronts, or any aluminum size. 2 fan filters. This is the PSU fan filter. This is an extra fan filter. On the back you can see we have 7 PCI openings. This can fit full-size ATX motherboards, not the extended, but the full-size. To do that, when you open it, you'll see we would have to take out some of the drive cages. 2 92mm fan mounts. So if you have, one of those really small water coolers, you might be able to put that in there. I don't have one to try, so I wouldn't exactly take my word for that. And then you have 2 more fan filters on the sides, with a fan controller, 3-way fan controller, which is really nice to see on a case like this. And then the bottom, you can see on the front you have feet that look like normal media center component feet, and on the back you just have some stubbies. I really would have liked to seen 4 of the same feet, because if you put this in an AV rack like I have, this might be on the bottom, and my AV rack actually has slots for ventilation. And if that little tiny foot doesn't hit right in the right place, I'm going to have to stick a little piece of cardboard or something back there. So it would have been nice to see, 4 of the same feet on this case. Let's go ahead and get the back cover off here. So there are 2 screws. Yeah, it looks like 2 screws. Excuse me for my head in the way. 2 screws that hold on the top cover. Woo! That's okay. I was not expecting that at all. This thing weighs a ton. It's the heaviest top of a case I've ever opened. And the reason for that is this has some really dense, sound deadening material. Like, you know, normally, I don't know if you guys, normally when you do that it rings out. You get a little bit of a ding ding. There's just nothing. That is solid. It's good to see. Little details like that make a huge difference, especially in like the longevity of a case. You know, you might use this case for 5 or 6 media center PC builds. You don't, you know, you never want to limit yourself based on, you know, buying a cheap case. And you know, this is a very reasonably priced case for the features that come with it. I've had some Silverstone Media Center PC cases. In my opinion, this case, the layout and the design are a little bit better than a lot of the Silverstone cases. Unless you want to use it for mass storage, and then there is one Silverstone case that can hold 6 hard drives. Well, actually I think it's up to 12. So inside we have your standard, you got a USB 3.0, your standard audio, your hard drive LED, USB 2.0, there's the rest of the LEDs and power switches, your Molex plug for the fan controller, HD audio, and then one fan plug goes from the fan controller over to a pre-installed side fan here. The other one goes to this pre-installed side fan, so it does come with 2 fans. You can add one more if you need to. Though in the build I'm going to do in this, we're going to use one of the new Trinity chipsets, so it should run relatively cool. That's one thing you want to keep, you know, be aware that a lot, you know, if you're going to run this in your media rack, you don't want to put, you know, if you can help it, you know, like an i7, it would be overkill. There'd be no reason to do it. Even an i5 is probably where you'd want to be in an Intel chipset, just because the i3s have a hard time decoding 1080p. I've had a lot of problems with that, with their built-in graphics. And I don't like to, you know, in a media center PC, I don't want to put in an external card for graphics. I want to use the onboard. I want the onboard to be good enough to do TV, and that's what I want this PC to do. I want it to be a media center PC, not a gaming PC, not a, you know, storage PC. I just want it to be a regular PC. So you can hold 4 hard drives. They both have, they come out with 2 screws. There's one there, and one here. And they're just like the caddies in the Node 305 or 304, whatever that case is. So they have rubber grommets for the 3.5 inch and holes for the 2.5 inch. The rubber grommets, just like in, you know, the other Fractal cases, are extremely thick. You know, they do not chintz out on features in these cases. It's one of the reasons I really like Fractal design. They put the money in to make a good case and then bring it to you at a fair price. So I don't know how much more you can ask for from a case manufacturer than that. We will go ahead and take a look at the front here real quick. On the inside, you can see, to get a full-size ATX board in, you do have to remove that drive caddy, this one, or the one that was here, because you can see you need the peg to go all the way over to here for that motherboard. You may have to remove both of them. I'm not going to put a full-size board in here. I'm going to put an M-ATX board in here, so I don't really need to worry about that. This does come out, this cross beam, so when you're assembling, you can take both cages out, take the cross beam out, and you have a lot more room to work. It's a really smart design. We'll go ahead and take a look at the front I/O, if I can get the plastic off. Oh, and one thing I have noticed is when you go over the Fractal logos, just be careful not to pull, jerky. It seems like the plastic can stick to the logo sometimes and take a little bit of it off with it. I've seen that happen once so far, so just be aware. I don't know if it's easy for you guys to tell, but this is a gorgeous looking front panel. You have your power switch, and then everything else is stealth, which I love to see. So it just has, and you can grab this from, you don't have to push a button to get this open. You just grab it from the edge and it swings down. You have your USB 3 FireWire, audio and mic in, as well as a card reader. That's an awesome benefit. I actually did not know that this had that. And then you have a slimline DVD slot. So the nice thing here is you can put either a slot loading or just a regular slimline, which will save you a lot of money, and especially if you want a Blu-ray. You can get a Blu-ray slimline for 60 or 70 bucks. A Blu-ray slot loader is quite a bit more. There's only 2 people that make them, so they're in the hundreds of dollars. And the inside is also brushed aluminum. I'm sitting here touching it a whole bunch. So, and then it does have a soft close and a little, it feels like a little magnet maybe, but that could just be in the action. So where the slot loader goes is with the brackets I showed you in the case there. It just fits in right here on the bottom, and it goes underneath this drive caddy, and I'm certain that's why they used a slim line, just so they could keep the case a little shallower. But all in all, a great little case. I guess not so little, but a great media center PC case. Just as always with Fractal, I'm blown away by the quality and the build quality. The powder coating looks gorgeous. I mean, it's hard to describe. If you've seen enough cases over time, good powder coating and bad powder coating. They definitely, take care to really do their cases well. The steel is all extremely rigid. There's no sharp edges on anything. They come with high quality fans that, should be good for use in your case. Oh, and this is one thing I just noticed. It actually comes with a grill on this side fan, so that when you plug in anything over here, like so your drives or your slimline DVD, that if cables bump it, they're not going to get caught in the fan, which is great. So this is Tim for TimmyTechTV. Thanks for watching. I highly suggest, if you guys are going to build a media center PC, check out this case. The best place I found to buy it is ncix.com. If you're in Canada, you just go to that site. If you're in the US, go to us.ncix.com. Newegg has them sometimes, but they're not real prevalent in the US right now. They are a European company. So go to NCIX, that's where I bought mine from. Good service, good shipping, for a case. What more can you ask for? And I highly suggest, if you're going to build a media center PC, and maybe you do want to use this for your gaming PC once in a while as well, you can put a full-length board in there. So you can put, if you wanted to, you could put dual SLI or 3-way SLI in this case, because it does have 3 side fans and 2 back fans, and in theory you could get enough ventilation in this case to be able to do dual SLI. I don't know that I would recommend it, but you should be okay. Anyways, this is Tim for TimmyTechTV. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.